Welcome to Reach the World's presentation for the 2021 IFLTA conference. My colleague, Colin Teague, Associate Director of Growth and Impact, and I, Kaylee Peralta, Program Associate, have collaborated on this presentation for you. So on the agenda for today, we will start with some introductions. We will talk about Reach the World secret sauce, some classroom activities you may use in your language classroom. We will highlight Reach the World in the classroom, and if you have any questions, comments, or conclusions on this presentation, we will share how you can get in touch with us and Reach the World. So Colin Teague, Associate Director of Growth and Impact, is a former classroom and extended day teacher in Chicago, Illinois. He has led programs centered around STEM education and experiential project-based learning, global education, and 21st century skills in both Chicago and New York. He is a fluent Spanish speaker with experience teaching and tutoring ELL students. Colin has spent a total of nearly 2 years studying and teaching abroad in Latin America, and he has a bachelor's degree in Spanish literature from Indiana University. I myself am a former classroom teacher from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who has taught science, ELA, and social studies courses. I've led extracurricular programs centered around social and emotional learning. I am bilingual in English and Spanish with experience teaching at adult education sites in New York to mostly bilingual populations. And I am a former Reach the World traveler. So the goals of this session: I can use virtual exchange to create new learning experiences for my students. I can connect with explorers and scientists to inspire my students to achieve college and career goals, and I can harness asynchronous and synchronous learning opportunities to enhance my language classroom. A little bit about Reach the World and our model. Our mission is to make the benefits of travel accessible to classrooms, inspiring students to become curious, confident, compassionate global citizens, enabled by our digital platform. Classrooms and volunteer travelers explore the world together. And our vision is to build a pipeline of globally competent students and educators who will succeed in and steward the 21st century global community. Here we are highlighting our secret sauce, our travelers. Without them, our programming would be impossible. They are the ones who are able to bring the world to different students across the country. They're able to share their experiences, both speaking different languages and conducting different types of research with students across the United States. And we are thankful that they are allowing us to participate in their journey with them. One thing that we do want to highlight with our programming is how you're able to use Reach the World to meet your language standards, but you're also able to use it in the classroom to make your language classroom interdisciplinary. So some of the activities that we are highlighting today meet these Indiana language standards, but they also are meeting the ISTE technology standards, and you can use them to meet the NGSS science standards as well. So we want to encourage when you are thinking about activities you can do with your students, yes, you are trying to teach them the language, whether that be Spanish, German, French, whatever language they're learning, but it also can be an opportunity to collaborate with some of your teachers in your building and see how you can bring in the science classroom and the technology classroom into your Spanish or French or German classroom. The expedition that we are highlighting today was the Women of the Explorers Club. This exchange began on International Day of Women and Girls in Science on February 11, 2021. And students participating in Reach the World were able to connect with female explorers through written articles and special video call events in order to celebrate the female experience in STEM. And actually, one of our explorers, Constanza Cerruti, she was able to write articles for us, and she did a video call with us completely in Spanish. We are going to listen to a bit of her call today.
Comparto este testimonio en el año 2020 por invitación de las organizadoras de la Sala de Mujeres Científicas. Soy la doctora Constanza Cerruti, investigadora del CONICET especializada en el estudio de las montañas sagradas. En 1996 me gradué como medalla de oro en la carrera de antropología en la UBA y cumplí mi sueño de vivir en el noroeste de Argentina. Siguiendo a mis vecinos tilcareños en sus peregrinaciones a Punta Corral, me convertí en pionera de los estudios antropológicos sobre procesiones andinas en altura. En 1997 escribí el primer libro sobre arqueología de alta montaña, donde quedaban sentadas las bases teóricas y metodológicas de esta disciplina. Ese mismo año subí por primera vez a la cima de la Concagua. La vocación por las alturas me llevó a realizar más de 100 ascensos exitosos a cumbres por encima de los 5.000 metros y a la publicación de mis observaciones en decenas de trabajos científicos. Investigar a grandes alturas no es fácil.
So if you're interested in hearing more from Constanza, this video is available on our YouTube channel as well as on our website, and we are sharing the slide deck with you as well. But Constanza was actually one of the first female archaeologists of her country, and she was able to share about how she was able to get that role with students participating in Reach the World. So as she's speaking primarily in Spanish, if you're a Spanish language teacher or a language teacher in general, you might want to pause here and think for a little bit on how you might use this content in your classroom. And what about other teachers in your school? Would they be interested in learning from an expert archaeologist, either in their biology, environmental science classroom? And is there opportunities for collaboration there? All right, once you have given that some thought, we do want to share some activities with you all. One possible option, this is more of an intermediate activity, is for you to play Constanza's oral biography in segments. You might pause and stop it for your students along the way. And once your students have listened to each part of her biography, they will be able to recall and remember the story. And you might want to have them respond, since this is more of an intermediate activity, in English to the questions. For your more advanced students, an idea would be to have them do the handout completely in Spanish with the questions in Spanish, and have them do their written responses in the target language as well. Another cool aspect of Constanza's call is that she did her biography in English on our website as an article. So you can compare and contrast the oral biography with the written version in English. Another piece of content that we wanted to highlight with you all to use in a language classroom is a video call we did during Oceans Week in 2020 with field professionals talking about their experience restoring coral in Mexico. So we're going to play a tidbit for you here, but as I said before, this video is available on our YouTube channel and you can access the slide deck as well.
restauran o que nos ayuden también a que podamos restaurarlos nosotros. Y así es como nace el primer proyecto en México de turismo de restauración. Y al día de hoy es un proyecto que lleva más de 350 personas certificadas. Hay 350 mexicanos, americanos, europeos, de todos lados que han venido a Cozumel y se han capacitado en ser restauradores. Y el efecto de transformar a una persona es más importante a veces que transformar, que plantar un coral, porque estamos creando y formando una comunidad que va a poder encargarse de restaurar en donde sea que estén. Y eso es lo que queremos hacer.
So here your students not only get to engage with content coming from a native Spanish speaker, that's the target language of your classroom, but that native Spanish speaker is also talking about a topic that is culturally relevant and specific to their country of origin, and it's interdisciplinary, as you can easily use this content to talk about topics in environmental sciences as well. So I do want to invite you again to pause for a second and think about how you might be able to use this piece of content to not only have your students engage in the Spanish language in the classroom, but how might they be able to use their content knowledge from other classrooms to talk about this topic in your language classroom. All right, once you've given that some thought, we did want to share an activity with you all today. And this activity is an activity we love to do with our students where it is called Pack Your Bags. So in this assignment, you would have your students pack their bags to restore damaged coral reefs in Mexico as part of this project that Roberto is talking about in the video. So the students are invited to imagine that they're traveling to Mexico's Quintana Roo state as part of the coral restoration project. They are invited to think about what they might find, what they might need to bring, and write a multi-paragraph response. For more intermediate students, they might listen to the video in Spanish and respond in English. Or for more advanced students, you might have them listen to the video and write their response directly in the target language. All right, so while we have highlighted content from Constanza and Roberto, and these activities have been geared to upper grades, we do want to point out that you can use Reach the World in a classroom across a variety of grade bands. So whether your students are learning language in the elementary level or the middle school level or the high school level, these resources and materials are available to be adapted and modified so that every student at every age is able to learn language while engaging in the Explore mindset. And finally, if you have any questions, comments, or conclusions you want to share with us, we invite you to reach out and email us at colin@reachtheworld.org or kaylee@reachtheworld.org. You can learn more about us at about.reachtheworld.org and visit explore.reachtheworld.org to learn about some of the Explore content currently taking place right now. And if you would like to access this deck, you can go to bit.do/RTW21 to access all these resources. We hope to hear from you soon, and we hope students are able to engage with explorers in their classroom soon. Thank you.